Winston Churchill. The reluctant hero of World War II, Winston Leonard Spencer. Churchill was born on November 30th, 1874, into an aristocratic family. His father, Lord Randolph Churchill, was a prominent British politician, and his mother, Jenny Jerome, was an American socialite. Despite his distinguished lineage, Churchill's early years were marked by academic struggles and a rebellious nature. He attended several schools, but it wasn't until he enrolled at the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst that he found a sense of direction, eventually becoming an officer in the British Army. Churchill's political career began in 1900 when he was elected to Parliament. He quickly established himself as a passionate, often controversial figure, switching political parties and stances over the years. But it was during the 1930s, as the clouds of war began to gather over Europe, that Churchill would step into his most crucial role. By the time World War II began in 1939, Britain was facing one of its darkest hours. The threat of Nazi Germany, under Adolf Hitler, was growing, and Britain was ill-prepared for what lay ahead. In 1940, following the resignation of Neville Chamberlain, Churchill was appointed Prime Minister, a role that would define his legacy. As Prime Minister, Churchill's resolve was tested daily. Germany had swiftly conquered much of Europe, and Britain stood alone in its defiance against the Nazi forces. In his first speech to the nation, Churchill famously declared, "I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat." His words galvanized the British people, giving them the strength to resist. Churchill's leadership during World War II was nothing short of extraordinary. His speeches were electrifying, filled with defiance and optimism, rallying not only the British but also people around the world. "We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender," he declared, instilling hope in a nation on the brink of collapse. Beyond his speeches, Churchill was a master strategist, working closely with military leaders and allies, particularly U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt, to forge a united front against the Axis powers. Together, they planned major campaigns and coordinated the war effort on all fronts. Churchill's unwavering belief in victory, even when the situation seemed hopeless, inspired millions. But Churchill wasn't just a man of words. He was also a man of action. He visited troops on the front lines, ensuring they knew their leader stood with them in the darkest of times. He also played a key role in the strategic planning of the D-Day invasion in 1944, which would become a turning point in the war. Though his leadership was critical in securing Allied victory, Churchill's life wasn't without its challenges. After the war ended in 1945, Churchill was voted out of office, though he returned to power in 1951. His health declined in his later years, but his passion for politics and history never wavered. Churchill's legacy is one of courage, determination, and resilience. He passed away on January 24th, 1965, at the age of 90. His life's work, particularly his leadership during World War II, cemented him as one of the greatest figures in modern history. His legacy continues to inspire leaders and citizens alike, reminding us of the importance of steadfastness in the face of adversity.